Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video game review, and we get to the end of the mainline Uncharted series with Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. And right off the bat, just going to let you know, I love Uncharted 4. And after replaying all the games from 1, 2, 4, 4 is definitely my favorite out of the bunch. From its fun factor, its gameplay, and overall story and character development. 4 is definitely, to me, the cream of the crop. Um, just get to the technical stuff first. The graphics in this game are so good. They're so rich. The environments are so detailed. I mean, there are several instances in this game where you feel like you're pretty much watching a movie. That's how detailed and how and just how well put together the graphics of this game are. They're so well done. When the game starts off in a Panamanian jail, and you see just how rich and detailed it looks, and you see cracks and how run down some of the locations look, and it looks spectacular. Uh, then we get to places like Madagascar and Kings Bay, and of course there's one part where you're like in like this almost like a desert type thing, and just everything looks so rich and so detailed, and it's almost like you're right there. Then when you get to actual Kings Bay itself, and all the buildings look so vibrant with color, so rich. Again, it looks really realistic, and that's one of the main things about Uncharted 4 I love so much is its attention to detail and the realism that it brings, which is an A plus. And again, I like the story. It takes place 3 years after third. Nate and Elena are now married, and we find out that Nate has an older brother named Sam, who he has thought to have been dead. And of course, we throughout the course of the game we find out the details surrounding that, and we also and of course near the end of the game there's a big twist that gets revealed. Also, I'm not gonna give that away. Play the game, you see the twist. But other than that, it's just so much fun seeing Nate pretty much and his brother team up. It's fun. Nolan North and Troy Baker have very good chemistry with one another. They're bantering back and forth. His brothers is great. Sully is always good. He plays a nice little role in this game. Of course, Elena, like I said, Elena and Nate are now married. There's a section of the game where those two are on their little adventure as husband and wife, which is also pretty fun. And of course, the villains in this game are now Rafe Adler and Nadine Ross. Nadine Ross is like this mercenary for hire, and Nate and Rafe, has a history with the Drake brothers, as they were in the Panamanian jail, and they're out looking for the treasure of Henry Avery, who was a pirate. I think it's another reason why I like the game so much is that I like the whole pirate theme. To me it feels more adventurous when you bring something like that in there. Like, and it kind of like takes full advantage of the locations that you go to, and of course like that final boss fight is a sword fight, which also ties in perfectly to the whole theme being about pirates, which is right off the bat is fun. And I think that the boss fight with Rafe is probably the best end game boss fight of the entire Uncharted series. But like I said, graphically looks amazing. Like I said, the story and character development with Nate and the game is also great. Again, the relationships between Nate and Elena is fun. Was great too. Seeing them married and seeing them, pretty much see them when you first see them trying to have a normal life, and you can clearly tell that it's like these two they don't live normal lives, and a normal life's not going to work for a reporter and a treasure hunter. And of course, but we also see that Nate is very reticent to go back into that life because he made a promise that he would never do that again. But you can clearly tell that he wants to do it again because that's all he knows. And of course, throughout the game, we get like these little flashbacks that are peppered throughout the game with Nate and Sam as kids. We get a chance to see Nate in the orphanage he was living in. We get a chance to see him and Sam and how they first got on their first big adventure as kids, trying to find something, which was their mother's journal. And We get that whole little thing going on in the flashback, which also helps, flesh out the relationship a little more. Of course, it's very easy to tell that Sam and Nate are very close, and Sam is very protective, is very, very protective of Nate, to the point where he, takes a bullet for, where he's willing to take a bullet for him on multiple occasions throughout the course of the game. So their bond is very strong, and I appreciate that, and I love it. Which kind of like makes the twist that I'm not going to say no more. So, all that being said, and of course, I just gave like a very, very basic spare bones because I do think this game, you should play this game and not have someone ruin it for you because it really is an experience. This game really is an experience because it is that damn good. So, like, as an overall rating, this is an easy 10 out of 10. After playing it now for a third time, I am now comfortable saying it's a 10 out of 10. I love it. Gameplay is fantastic. The replay value is off the charts. I never get bored of this game. Every time I play it, I try to stretch it out for days on end because I know I can beat this thing within 24 hours, and I don't want to do that because I like it so much. So I want to keep on playing it and playing it. But that's just me because I'm ridiculous. Anyway, this is, of course, 10 out of 10. And now with that out of the way, now this summer coming out is going to be a game called Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which is going to be, which I think might be the start of more of spin-off games set within the Uncharted universe. And this one that's coming out in the summer is going to feature, Nadine, Ross, and Chloe working together to try and find like a lost treasure in India. I saw the trailer. I saw the gameplay. No, it looks pretty good. The gameplay, you play as Chloe, and you can tell that Chloe's not as brutal as Nate. I think she's more like I think she's more quicker, a little bit more swiftier, I guess you could say. But in terms of graphics, it looks on par with this one. The location of the game taking place in India is very intriguing to me, so I'm very looking forward to see what that's gonna bring to the Uncharted table, especially if they're gonna be going into the direction of spin-offs. Hopefully, this game does well enough that we can get more character spin-off games. I would like to see something with Sam and Sully down the line because at the end of Uncharted 4, the game pretty much hints that Sam and Sully are going to be joining up now. So who knows what will happen with the Uncharted franchise? But hopefully it will continue as spin-offs, and we put the main stuff to rest, and we just focus on the other characters now because Uncharted is a big enough franchise, and a lot of its characters can pretty much carry on their own games. And given the characters that we've seen throughout all 4 games, I think it's pretty safe to say that I think most of these characters can carry on their own games. So it'll be interesting to see how Chloe and Nadine fare off in their own separate, story and adventure together. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Uncharted 4: Thief's End. Like I said, 10 out of 10. If you haven't played it, what is wrong with you? Play it. And if you like the Uncharted games, which ones do you think is good? Which ones do you think are not good? Let me know in the comment sections below. But until next time, I have been AJ Legend. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next